Hi writers, it's Rebecca from One Lit Place. Today we're going to be talking about YA and how to know which audience in there you're actually writing for. And it's pretty simple. It comes down to sex and swearing. If you're writing for a middle grade fiction audience, you're looking at readers who are aged 7 through about 14. This is a piece that could be read out loud by a parent to a child or read together. This is something that could be read out loud to a classroom. These are not children who do a lot of swearing, at least around adults, or who are exploring their sexuality. There might be some first crushes, there might be some first heartbreaks, but it's nothing that's going to reach the same scale as the next audience. And that's the proper YA audience, and that's 15 through about 18. That group has as basically their prime directive figuring out who they are in the world. And that means that they're figuring out their sexual identity, they're figuring out their orientation, they're figuring out their gender presentation. And whether or not they have a protagonist who's doing that in the story, they want to have someone who could be doing that if they weren't busy slaying dragons and saving the world or whatever. So you're looking at an audience that is willing to do a little more swearing, willing to have some first real heartbreaks, some first real loves, or some first real disappointments. You're also looking at an audience that is willing to do a little more experimentation with drugs. The last audience we're looking at is a fairly new audience that technically falls under the YA umbrella, but is a little bit more, let's go with nuanced. It's the new adult fiction section, and that's usually for people aged about 17 or 18 through around 25. And we're looking at stories that cover a lot of the same territory as YA, but instead, they've got a little more something something to them. And by that I mean sex, yes, and some of it's pretty explicit, some of it's kind of dirty. Swearing, tons of it. Not all of it in a language that you understand. Some of it is in a language that's been made up, but still, there's a lot of swearing. And the last thing is drug use. It's actually pretty explicit, and it's part of the stories. These are part of the characters. So when you're writing your own YA piece, just figure out, do I want a lot of sex and swearing? And would I read that out loud? If you have any other questions about YA or any other forms of writing, check out our website. In the meantime, hit like and subscribe and make sure to press the little bell so that you get a notification the next time we have a new video.